a better way. Whole new crib in a better place. Get my people out the hood, we'll see better days. Tell a fan sorry, y'all let them wait. Shit up there like a Saturday. Listen to me how I beat the speed up like a battle.
Yo, what up, guys? This is your boy Kofi with KO Sports Talk back at with another video. And in today's video, guys, we are going to be discussing the Chicago Bears' ugly defeat against the Detroit Lions and how Matt Eberflus and Luke Getsy are on borrowed time after their ugly performance, how ugly their performance rear-ended itself this past Sunday, and also talk about that whether or not, after this game, whether Justin Fields is still the quarterback for the future. But make sure to like and subscribe to make sure you get every notification in regards to every Chicago Bears video on the latest and greatest news in regards to Chicago Bears. Not only Chicago Bears, but the NFL in general. And also, stay tuned for more updates in regards to my All 22, in regards to us breaking down specifically the Chicago Bears versus Detroit Lions and what went wrong against this team and how they lost. So, Chuck, introduce yourself to the crew. See who and talk about
what's up out there, KO Sports Talk land. I'm Chuck Full Damage 1, aka the biggest Bears fan you know. And I'm gonna let y'all know something. I was so heated Sunday, but today I'm extra encouraged by what I'm seeing at Hollis Hall. Let's get to it. It's a lot to talk about, y'all.
For sure. So, like I said, what up, A.O. Mills? How you doing, bro? This past Sunday, the Chicago Bears lost to the Detroit Lions with the score of 31-26 on a heartbreaking loss this past Sunday. For the majority of the game, Chicago Bears were pretty much just leading for pretty much most of the entire game. They dominated the time of possession, 40 minutes to about 20 minutes to the Detroit Lions. Justin Fields accounted for a total of 273 yards, both passing and running in the game. Jared Goff, this was one of his, on terms of his passing game, this was one of his worst performances. And
since he's been in Detroit,
since he's been in Detroit, and he's had 3 interceptions. His game for today, he was 23 for 35, 236 yards, 2 touchdowns to 3 interceptions. David Montgomery pretty much just was running all over his team. 12 carries for 76 yards. Amon-Ra had 8 receptions for 77 yards and 1 touchdown. But for the first thing that really, stood out this game was that the Chicago Bears were pretty much dominating the first 3 quarters of the game. That was the main thing. And when they got to the fourth quarter with about 5 minutes ago, they were up 26-14. The Bears, they were pretty much up 23 to, I believe it was 23-14. And it was like around 3rd and 15. Justin Fields, he scrambled for about 30 yards. That was one of the key plays they made.
Huge play in the game right there, bro.
Yeah, one of the biggest plays in the game. Justin Fields, he ran the ball for about 30 yards. And right when he ran the ball for 30 yards, they resorted to running these conservative plays, with Roschon Johnson, like just running a basic power back or H-back run 3 times. And they didn't convert, and they ended up having to kick a field goal. They gave the ball back to the Detroit Lions. The Detroit Lions, they took advantage of their opportunity, and Jared Goff threw a 40-yard dime to Jamison Williams that cut the score to 26-21. Luke Getsy decided to run the ball again the next 2 times, and then throw it on 39 passing play, resorting not to giving the ball, putting the ball in Justin Fields' hands up until the 3rd and 9 play, where Justin Fields threw a dime pass to Tyler Scott. If Tyler Scott didn't just stop his momentum from going,
keep it stride, bro.
Tyler Scott would have caught that ball, and who knows what would have happened with that play. He probably would have got a touchdown, or he would have got a large, first down play that probably could have sealed the game. But no, he ended up missing it, and that pretty much just led to Detroit scoring the next drive, and that's what she wrote. That's pretty much what she wrote. So, Chuck, going to this game, when you were watching this game, what did you, kind of expect out of this game? Like, what were your thoughts this past Sunday with this game?
Well, diving in first off, let me say, I do appreciate all the viewers and listeners for the KO Sports Talk broadcast here, podcast that we have. I'm just going to say, before this game, I was really hyped and I was pumped because it was good news coming out of Hallis Hall that the Bears were getting healthy. This game really had me on charge because this was the first time all year that we will have the opportunity to see the Bears starters, both offensively and defensively, on the field together at the same time. And I knew that we had not gotten a true glimpse of what this team was built like, what this team was supposed to look like, how we supposed to be moving on the field, because we had yet to see this team in full regalia. We had yet to see them in, at full strength. So having that was exciting. Secondly, I expected that when Justin Fields came out, I expected that Luke Getsy was finally going to take his gloves off of this kid, take his paws off of this man, and let him play ball. And me watching Justin Fields all last year when he didn't have much to work with, put up 25 points on average for 7-8 straight games, I knew what that entailed and how dangerous that could be. I recall what we did to Detroit last year in terms of how we fought them. We didn't win, but we fought them extremely hard and was on the precipice of beating them in the first game that we played them. So I knew with a full complement of players, and then having players they had never seen us with before being impactful in this game, I knew that the sky was the limit in terms of what we could accomplish in this game. So I went in hyped, ready to see what we were going to do. And let me say, the players on this team, both offensively and defensively, did not disappoint. It was on point the way we attacked. Justin Fields completely neutralized the entire Detroit Lions defense, which is one of the top defenses in the league, by putting him on skates, having them so afraid that he was going to break out and run until they stalemated. They had to wait until a play didn't happen, until the running backs then got the ball and went almost 8 to 10, 12 yards up the field before they knew how to react. He really had them on their heels.
Did you see that dime pass he made to DJ Moore too?
Absolutely. He had them on their heels for the entire game. He was picking them apart. Their zones were slipping and sliding all over the place. And Justin Fields was just in control of the environment. On the flip side of the ball, on the defensive side, when you go over there, I love what Tremaine Edmonds and TJ Edwards and Tyreek Stevenson and even Jalen Johnson and all these other guys. I love what we were doing out there, bro. We were ball hawking, and we intercepted Jared Goff 3 times in this game. People, I don't know how deep y'all are on football. Times. Yeah, I don't know how deep y'all are on football, but let me tell you, if you know anything about quarterbacking, if you know anything about Jared Goff as a quarterback, you'll know that since this guy's been in Detroit, he's not been giving up many interceptions. This guy does not throw interceptions. We picked that guy off 3 times in the game, bro. 3 times, giving the offense the ball and opportunity to score with each time that we picked him off.
This is the first time he's done it since 2019 when he was still on the Rams.
Tyreek Stevenson was phenomenal. He had a coming out party of sorts in this game. He got his first NFL interception, and then on a kick return with Craig Reynolds returning it for the Detroit Lions, he popped this guy and made him fumble the ball to give the Bears yet another turnover in another opportunity to score. And for three and 3/3 quarters of the game, we dominated this team. This is one of the top teams in the NFL, people. We're not talking about the Washington Commanders that we beat. We're not talking about the Denver Broncos that we ran out on and gave the game away at the end. We're not talking about the Las Vegas Raiders, who were minus their quarterback anyway when they came to see us. We're talking about the Detroit Lions, a team that is now 8-2 in the league. They're 8-2 in the NFC in the league, and they are poised to have a first round bye at some point in this season. When the season ends in the playoffs. So I'm very proud of what my team produced, how they played, and they dominated this game. But with 4 minutes to go, for whatever reason, our coaches decide, you know what? It's time to start coaching, quote unquote, if you want to call that coaching. And they tore up the masterpiece that the offense and the defense had put together on that field. They made a fiasco of it, bro. They made a fiasco of it. Jared Goff didn't know where to go with the ball, bro. He was getting locked down by this defense, bro. Even Montez Sweat got in on the act. He got his first sack as a Chicago Bear, bro. You know, big Javon Dexter Sr. in the middle. He can tip balls.
He had a couple pressures.
He
forced an interception too.
Come on, man. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. Why the heck Matt Eberflus and Luke can't figure it out? Luke, as you say, clueless Getsy, decided they want to make adjustments and change things is beyond me. But here's the thing that's got me really encouraged today. As pissy mad as I was Sunday, and God knows I was pissed. I'm not mincing words on that, but I was pissed. I'm encouraged because in Chicago, finally the light is on in everybody's eyes. We see what the real problem is now, people. All these people who are battling me back and forth in here talking
about Justin's a problem.
It's the players, and it's Justin Fields, and it's the talent on the field and all that. You saw Sunday what the talent on the field really looks like in Chicago. You saw what our defense looks like. You saw what our offense looks like. You saw what Justin Fields looks like. What you also saw was the brilliance of Ryan Poles, bro. Ryan Poles put a great team together talent-wise. This team is built well, bro. And they're yet building, and they're not done building. And I love that. But when you got coaches that see this team go out there and dominate and do their thing for 3 3/3 quarters of a game, and then put their step on it, so to speak, and botch it up when there was nothing to fix, there was nothing broken here. Why are you changing anything, Matt Eberflus? Why are you changing anything? Why are you going ultra conservative, Luke Clueless Getsy?
Like he ran five straight run plays.
Ultra conservative.
The last two drives.
I'm gonna tell you why ultra conservative with the offense was not necessary. It was not necessary because Justin Fields had already stymied the defense, bro. He froze them. They weren't blitzing
They completely took the ball out of Justin Fields' hands, and they're like saying, "No, Justin, we're not gonna let you win. We're gonna do it our way."
Right, we're gonna manage our way to a win. You didn't manage your way to.
They're playing not to lose. That's what they're doing.
Yeah, but every time they play not to lose, guess what, Golf? They lose.
They end up losing.
Every time they play this cover 4 shell defense to not give up the prevent defense, to not give up the deep ball, guess what they do? Yep, you guessed it. They give up the deep ball. Jameson Williams hasn't caught 2 good passes in a row all year long. This guy cannot catch. And you gave up what was it, 39, 40, 44-yard bomb or something to this guy for a touchdown.
Jamison Williams.
To get them back in the game. Make it make sense. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. And let me say this to Matt Eberflus and Luke Getty. I understand the urge to want to feel like you got to do certain things at certain points in the game. But if you're clueless on what that thing is that you need to do in terms of adjustments, when you got your team dominating like this, here's an idea. Don't do nothing. Don't change anything.
And Chuck, let me read you off the stat.
Going.
Chuck, let me read you off the stack. Some of you Bears fans, you know who you are, that want to blame, put more blame on the players because they're not executing. I'm going to read you off this stat. Since 1932, right? Teams that had 3+ turnovers when entering the fourth quarter with the 10+ lead are 48 and 0 prior to this game. We're 48 and 0 prior to this game. The Bears are the only team to lose that game. So now it's 48.
In the history of the entire sport.
Yep.
You just gave us a record we never should have had.
3 turnovers.
The Bears players, to the lowest man on the tail end of the bench, up to the most glorious superstar starter out there, deserve to win this game. They earned it, bro. They earned it. Justin Fields earned a win. DJ Moore earned a win. Did you see this guy on 3rd and like 14? He catches the ball 5 yards down the field,
He
breaks away from a leg tackle,
bro.
runs away from other guys. Got Aiden Hutchinson pulling on him with another guy and still muscles his way for a first down, bro. That is called effort. Let me tell you one thing you ain't going to never get out of this Bear squad. One thing you ain't going to never get out of this Bear squad is a lack of effort. These guys come to play, and they come to play every game, bro. And every single one of them puts their hard hat on and brings that game to the table. If nothing else that this is done, this has sealed the deal and given complete clarity to Ryan Poles, to Kevin Warren, it should, even to the Bears brass, Miss McCaskey, who just won't go away for some reason, and Michael McCaskey. It should give total clarity to them on where the problem is and what needs to be fixed. This is not about moving Justin Fields anymore. Justin Fields is clearly not your problem. This is not about changing up personnel on defense. The personnel on defense is not your problem. You just saw all the components. You just saw all the components of this team at full force, working in tandem together. And it was a thing of beauty, Kof. It was beautiful to see. And when Justin Fields stepped up in the pocket and threw that dot of a pass, 39, 40 yards down the field, and hit DJ Moore in the end zone for the touchdown, oh my God, I was in heaven, bro. I was in heaven. Because this is the Justin Fields that I know, bro. This is what I've been seeing for the 3 years that he's been here. But this is what I saw for the majority of last season with this dude playing on the team.
And look how many times Justin Fields put us in position to win. People look at his record. He's saying, oh, he's 6-27. Out of those 27 losses, more than half of them, maybe even close to maybe 20 or 20 games I can remember where Justin put us in position to win the game.
And let me say this for the naysayers.
Players dropping passes, players fumbling balls, or coaches making stupid calls in order for us to lose. Justin Fields has constantly, time and time again, put us in position to succeed. Whether our team was always messing up, causing penalties, there was a false start, or somebody not getting information, Justin Fields has always put us in position to win or to succeed, even with our flaws that we have done. That's not, he has problems, but I mean, he's done more good than harm with this team.
Bro, you know, I keep hearing people talk about the problems that he has. I really would like for people to overly highlight these problems for me, because the problems I see in Justin Fields is every they're every first, second, third year quarterback's problems, bro. Continuity with the play calling, the timing on releases, holding the ball sometimes a little bit too long, a little indecisiveness. That is football, bro. Quarterbacks go through that in the early parts of their tenure. Those are not glaring weaknesses in this man's game. Those are not glaring problems in this man's games. Where the glaring weaknesses and the glaring problems in this man's game comes in at is when he has coaches that he's listening to way too much. And I never thought I'd be saying that it's possible that a player could be listening to a coach too much. But in Justin's case, he's been doing that. I'm going to tell you another thing, Coach, that I was uberly encouraged with when I was watching the game Sunday. I was watching Justin Fields become, wait for it, a vocal leader on the field. I've been waiting for that guy to take charge. When Dan Feeney was getting him some delay of game penalties because he's filling in for Lucas Patrick, who the Bears just need to go away from at this point. Let's just say the Lucas Patrick experiment is over. He can't stay healthy, bro. I love Lucas Patrick, his fire, his fight. But every time somebody breathes on this dude or he trips on the part of the turf, man, he's out for the rest of the game. And we can't keep surviving with that, bro. But when Dan Feeney couldn't get the snap count right, Justin Fields was in his face. Are we going to 1 or 2? 1 or 2? What is the game plan here? 1 or 2? Let me know so I can get us on the same page. Then I seen him and Braxton Jones having some words. Braxton's going off the field. Brax, where you going? Brax said, I can't effing see right now. Something's in the man's eye. But I love the vocal leadership and even the interaction on the sideline when plays was over, that no execution got done or whatever properly. He was over there talking to coaches. This is what Justin Fields has always needed to do to be the man for this franchise. Take charge. Take charge when you're out there on that field. You are the commander and captain of this ship. Take it over and make it steer your way. And if that ship don't sink, let it sink the way you want it to sink. If you're going to do that, you take it down your way. You got to be the captain. That's what ran Mitch Trubisky out of town, bro. It wasn't that Mitch Trubisky wasn't a solid quarterback. I thought Mitch Trubisky was a pretty good quarterback, bro. He just didn't have the leadership qualities that it took to lead men. You can't be the leader of men while always letting somebody else lead you in the big moments in decision making. And for those of you all that's ready to rag and say Justin Fields fumbled the ball at the end of the game, clueless in Chicago, clueless in Seattle, clueless in Green Bay, wherever you at, clueless. Let me just say this to you. If our wonderful coaching staff doesn't coach us back to a deficit with 4 minutes to go, Justin Fields has no business having to get back out there on the field and come and save the day. The man
and Matt Eberflus, his time management was bad. Seriously. I didn't like his clock management.
Matt Eberflus,
the last 4 minutes.
He's a silver spoon kid, bro. He's born with a silver spoon in his mouth, and everything is constantly being laid in his lap. He's George W. Bush to me, bro. The only reason you become president of the United States is because your daddy was a former president of the United States, not because you're qualified. Matt Eberflus is not qualified to be a head coach in the NFL. I'm going to say it here. I'm going to say it now. And anybody want to buck against that, you're more than welcome. I'll let you have your say. But Matt Eberflus, he's not qualified to be a coach in the NFL. No way this guy should still have a job. I just watched the Buffalo Bills fire Ken Dorsey, their offensive coordinator. I watched the Pittsburgh Steelers fire Matt Canada, their offensive coordinator. And yet, for some strange reason, I'm getting no echoes out of Hallis Hall about the firing of maybe a Luke Getsy, who I still don't think he's the worst offensive coordinator in the world. I just think he's still learning. He's still green with this. But that being said,
I'm sorry you have that opinion, but
he's got the role at some point, Coach. So at some point, even he is on the chopping block with this. But I haven't heard his name mentioned. I haven't heard Matt Eberflus' name mentioned as potential hot seat candidates who's about to get fired. Why not? There is no reason at this point why the Bears brass should be hanging on to these dudes if they're trying to win football games. You're not going to win them with these dudes here. Matt Eberflus is 0-9 as the head coach of the Chicago Bears in this division. That's never happened in the Bears' history, bro. He's the only coach that's ever happened. 6-23.
She's 6-23.
0-9 against the NFC North.
Out of those 6 wins,
Mm-hmm.
And out of those 6 wins, none of them were against teams over 500. Most of the teams were either teams that were in the middle of like a rebuild. We're going through transitioning through with head coaches, either players that were backups or part of former teams, journeyman quarterbacks.
Well, I mean, wins. Well, I'm not going to completely take whatever little shine he has, if there's any shine from Matt Eberflus in this. I'm not going to completely take all the little shine away from him. Justin Fields did beat the San Francisco 49ers last year at Soldier Field in the opening game of the season. So,
with Trey Lance,
that's neither here nor there, right? But that's neither here nor there, bro. The point is, Matt Eberflus is clueless. He's got this team fighting their butts off for 3.5 quarters, and then is going to tank, got them tanking the game and tucking tail between their legs like they're scared to play these teams at the end. For 3.5 quarters, we dominated the Denver Broncos. Justin Fields was lights out. 4 touchdowns in the game, bro. For 3.5 quarters. You couldn't do nothing with them. And then you back the defense up. You keep Luke Getsy keeps on running the same bootleg play where he keeps Justin Fields running exactly the same play. And Denver, they may not be the most talented team in the world, but they're not stupid. They do know how to play football. So if they keep you seeing you do the same thing, they're set up for it. And lo and behold, they set up for it. Whack! Justin Fields gets his ball, comes out, a scoring going the other way, and before we knew it, we lose a game where we were up 28-7. I thought we got it figured out for at least a week. In Washington, we got the Washington Commanders, put them on skates, what almost was ready to choke that away, but somebody got the bright idea, you know what, maybe we shouldn't change nothing now. Let's go back to what we were doing. And that salvaged the day right there, bro. But then you turn around and you get your shine with Tyson Bagent, which was beautiful. I love Tyson Bagent beating the Raiders. I love Tyson Bagent. Who was the next team that he beat, bro? He beat 2 teams here. Tyson Bagent beat the Raiders, and he beat, I can't remember another name. It doesn't matter. We got 3 wins.
Yeah, he beat the Raiders, and he beat the Carolina Panthers.
The Carolina Panthers. Okay. So I love the fact that we got them 2 wins under Tyson Bagent. But for whatever reason, when we get this offense going, when this defense starts showing its greatness, when we becoming uber successful with what we're doing, all of a sudden now it's time to coach. Boom, boom. Every time I hear that, I'm gonna start hitting the drums like it's a running joke in Chicago. Boom, boom. Because we don't know how to coach. This is not a good coaching staff, bro. And if the Bears want to win for the future, they need to get rid of Matt Eberflus and Luke Getsy. If he needs to go, oh well. I think Luke Getsy, if he gets out his own way, he could stabilize in this coaching staff. I really do, bro. I just think he's overdoing it and he does too much. And I'm going to tell you this. I'm going to say this, Kofi, then I'm going to give you the floor. I'm going to tell you who knew that we were right there and were dominant and had them scared to death and ready to piss their pants in Detroit. Detroit fans knew it, bro. Detroit fans knew. We have won that game, bro. They're watching that game. They've seen their team do that to other teams all year. So they know what a win looks like. And to Detroit fans, that game was over, bro. That game was over.
Yeah, I mean, they knew the coaching was so bad.
I had a bet with one of my partners who's a Detroit Lions fan. He's born and bred up there in Detroit, Michigan, always rooting for these bums or whatever. But he and I had a bet going before the game was over. This man was cash apping me my winnings. which I had to send back to him at the end of the game because Matt Eberflus decided he wanted to coach for 4 minutes and 15 seconds to go. It is utterly ridiculous what this coaching staff is doing. But I'm encouraged by the talent. Great job, Ryan Poles. Great job. If we had wins to go with this, you would be the general manager of the year. But that ain't going to happen because y'all can't get rid of Matt Eberflus. I would really love to ask Ryan Poles,
Yeah, I'm still waiting for the
about
news
this guy that you won't let him go? You said what, bro?
I'm still waiting on the news that Matt Eberflus has gotten fired. I mean, look what the
I don't
Raiders
want to hear
did.
that he's on. I don't want to hear that he's on a hot seat. I don't want to hear that the Bears brass said this is on his last leg. I don't want to hear none of that. I want to hear just like I got the news on when I was watching the Get Up with Mike Greenberg and all them. Breaking news: the Buffalo Bills fire Ken Dorsey, their offensive coordinator. Breaking news: the Pittsburgh Steelers fired Matt Canada, their offensive coordinator. I want to see the same thing in big, bold, bright headlights. And breaking news: the Chicago Bears have fired Matt Eberflus and Luke Getsy as their offensive coordinator and head coach. Let's do it over. I'm tired of this, bro. I'm tired.
And you know what's so crazy is that with Matt Eberflus, if you see in his press conferences, this guy is a freaking clueless shoe salesman, bro. He's a politician, bro, disguised as a head coach. This guy never, ever takes responsibility for his actions, bro. He's always saying, oh, we got to execute better. Oh, we got to do this. We could have done some better plays. Oh, we had a good day of practice. He never takes responsibility for the situations, the situational awarenesses, the time management, putting his players in position to succeed, allowing his players to tackle better. He doesn't do any of that.
Decision making on coaches' challenges. Like there was a fourth and inches.
4th and 1.
Justin Fields tried to do the QB sneak on 3rd and inches, and Justin Fields made this first down. He never challenged it, bro.
He never challenges it, or the fact that he doesn't even want to go for on 4th and 1. He wants to kick field goals. He doesn't want to take chances.
Exactly. I mean, with his track record, I can understand trying to get out of there with something, bro. Yeah, Chuck is trying his hardest to make a bad loss sound good. Actually, I'm not done. And welcome to the show, bro. I'm glad you're here. Actually, I'm not trying to make a bad loss sound good. I'm encouraged by the fact that I see what my team really looks like. And if you get these porous, if the Bears get these porous coaches out the way, we're going to be a force. This is going to be a team to be reckoned with. And that's what I see, Don. I saw a team that did something to the Detroit Lions that I've only seen the Baltimore Ravens be able to do this year. They put y'all on skates. Y'all was scared to death. And Don, you can't tell me for one iota of a second that you weren't scared that game was over and that the Bears will leave it.
Can you imagine if Greg Roman? Can you imagine if Greg Roman was the offensive coordinator for this team? I mean, Justin Fields will look like an MVP with Greg Roman. The way he utilized Lamar Jackson. He utilized Justin Fields the same way.
Well, I'm not so sure about that, bro. Greg Roman has been, to me, he's been the beneficiary of the ultra talent that Lamar Jackson is, bro. He's been the beneficiary of that ultra talent, bro. So I think Lamar is more so than anything has saved his job, bro. That's what he's done. He saved his job. And now they finally got some talent around him so that, they can finally bolster their team up. But that being said, like I stated, Coach, I really don't think that Luke Getsy is god awful. I just think Luke Getsy over coaches Justin Fields. He's over managing him at times. And he needs to get out his way and just let him go. What I don't understand is you figured this out last year, 3 games into the season. Why'd you go back and change back to what you were doing before? It doesn't make any sense. And if Luke Getsy loses his job, that's the point that he was losing on to me, bro. That's the point that he was losing on. Because you messed up a thing that you had already fixed last year. I don't understand that, bro. I don't understand why he felt the need to go back to that. But it is what it is. I'm encouraged. There's a lot of clarity in Chicago. We now know that Justin Fields I think Flush is getting one more year. Please, no.
Flush.
Please, we can't take one more year of this guy, bro. We can't take one more year of this guy.
Dude, if you're able to fire Mark Trustman in 2 years, you should fire this dude. No. He shouldn't get a third year. I'm sorry.
Look, Justin Fields is our clear-cut number one quarterback.
You can't waste this talent. No.
Our running game is stout and built to last. We can handle, with the running backs that we got in place, any defense that's running up on us. Our offensive line, for the first time since they signed all these guys and drafted all these guys, finally got a chance to get out there and play, and they look solid. They didn't look spectacular, but they looked solid. They looked great. They looked good enough to get the job done. Our secondary is constantly getting better and better and better. Our linebacking core is starting to shine. TJ Edwards is leading the league in tackles right now, bro. He's leading the league in tackles, and Tremaine Edmonds is finding a way to become a magnet to the ball now, bro. It's starting to gel. It's starting to come together. We need to get the weakest links out the way. And unfortunately, for Matt Eberflus and for Luke Getsy, that is those guys. They are the weakest links. And I don't know if you ever seen the game show Weakest Link.
Oh, yeah.
They have a way of saying it when they're kicking you off the show. You are the weakest link. Goodbye.
Yeah, and I do agree. They are the weakest link. The coaching staff is the weakest link. I mean, if I were the GM or if I was the owner, I'll fire them immediately. But I mean, I'm not. But based on from what I've seen, you know, if I was Ryan Poles, I would fire. He wouldn't even get a plane or a bus ride back to Chicago. Him and Luke Getsy wouldn't get a plane ride. I would promote Andrew Janoko or to offensive coordinator, and then I'll make the special teams coach, the head coach, the interim head coach, and we'll just go from there. I mean, look at what the Raiders have done. They fired Josh McDaniels.
Thank you for bringing that up, bro. Look at the simplicity of what one move. Look at the massive change that one move can make for a franchise. The Raiders were the laughing stock of the NFL until they fired Josh McDaniels and brought in Antonio Pierce. Now all of a sudden, this team is fighting like cats and dogs and pulling out wins, bro. They're in fights, and even when they lose, these are not blowouts. There's no way if Antonio Pierce was there when they played the Bears, with the way our coaching staff is, there's no way the Bears would have beat them 30-6. That would not have happened, bro. That would not have happened, bro. But when you got the proper coaching in place, this is what happens, bro. This is what happens. Coaching matters. And it matters way more than what people want to give it credit for. And I'm going to tell you something, Bears fans. If y'all can't see after this game how vitally important coaching is when it comes to your team's success, then I don't know what to tell you. Y'all blind in one eye, can't see out the other. I don't know what else to tell you, bro. If this game doesn't tell it for you, we played one of the top dogs in the NFL and dominated them in their house for almost an entire game. Come on, man.
Let's look at more of the comments. Coaches are scared to win a bunch of clowns. What did he say? We look like
he's saying, hurry up and get rid of Velus Jones, but that's
until we get rid of Coach
Jones.
Hurry up and get rid of Velus Jones.
Yeah. And so this team is really set up for success. We just got to get the right head coach in here. Jim Harbaugh, it's almost like it's a sign from God that he's going through all this hell right now in Michigan. Come on home, bro. We were the team that drafted you. We gave you your first break in the NFL. Come on back and give us a break, bro. Come on here and coach this team. Jim Harbaugh is a great ball coach, bro. He knows what to do. All you got to do is put him out there and get out of his way. Let that man do what he do, bro. Jim Harbaugh knows what the hell to do. He took the San Francisco 49ers with Alex Smith to multiple NFC championship games, and then he took them with Colin Kaepernick to the Super Bowl, bro. and was one play away from winning
it.
From winning it. This is a winning football coach. Bring him here. Bring him here. He's got history with this franchise. Kevin Warren says he has a relationship with him. I don't care what Kevin Warren has, all due respect to him, but I don't care what relationship he has with him. We've got a relationship with him. Jim Harbaugh is from this town, bro. This is what he knows right here, bro. Real talk.
The only question is, will the McCaskies put their pride down and allow him to fully take full autonomy of this team?
They can't stop it at this point. The full autonomy is right now is in Ryan Pohl's hands, bro. That's in Ryan Pohl's hands. He's making all the decisions, and there are great decisions that he's making, bro. This man has set us up like I've never seen a Bears team get set up before with draft picks, bro. I've never seen this before. I saw the Bears waste first round picks on punters, bro. Todd Sauerburn when Dave Wanstead was here. Really? Punters? This is who we drafted? Quit playing with me, man. So, it is what it is, bro. It is what it is, man. I'm just ready for this fiasco to be over.
Get Jalen Johnson.
Yes. Okay.
Let's talk about that whole Jalen Johnson situation with this contract situation. I mean, Jalen Johnson, bro, if you want to be paid like a top cornerback in this league, you got to make those plays. You got to make that play. I mean, Detroit was marching down. They were close to scoring. Well, they did score it, but Jared Goff, he made a critical he threw a pass toward Jalen Johnson.
That should have been a pick six.
He ended up dropping it, which would have been a would-be pick six. If you want to get paid like a top cornerback, you need to make those plays. Like, you can't be going to Ryan Poles and say, "Oh, you need to pay me $20 million." I'm like, dude, you want to get paid top dollar like a top cornerback, you need to make those plays. You want to get paid $20 million, you need to make those plays. I'm sorry, he does.
Yeah, but let me jump in here on that, bro.
He does.
Let me jump in here on that. I feel you. But to you and Optimus, let me say this. Ball coaches will tell you when they see him jump that route and he had that play and he drops that ball, they would tell you this is why he plays defense and not offense. That's the first thing they would tell you. So you can't just automatically guarantee that if the ball hits a defender's hands that they should come up with it. Now, defenders are much better, far better at that now in today's game than what they used to be years ago, decades ago, bro. But that being said, they're going to drop some passes when they had opportunities to get picks going the other way. But if you're going to grade Jalen Johnson, let's not grade him on one or two plays, bro. Jalen Johnson is grading out, and you can go look this up at PFF numbers. He's grading out as the highest rated cornerback in the league, bro. At his position, nobody's grading higher than Jalen Johnson. So Jalen Johnson needs to get paid because of what he's bringing to the table. Now, does he need to have more impactful plays? I would agree, yes. But when you got the wrong coaching staff in place, it's hard to really see if the problem is his playing or if it's their coaching. And from what we are seeing so far, we're seeing a lot of problems with their coaching, bro. We're seeing a lot of problems with their coaching. So I'm not just going to rag on him. Now, I would have loved for him to pick that ball off, and I was cringing, when he dropped it. But I love the fact that that man is in position to make that play. He's not going to drop that every single time. There are going to be times he's going to come up with that catch, bro, and he's going to take it the other way, and we're going to bless him and love him for that. But all I'm saying is this guy has earned his keep in Chicago. When you're grading out at the top, we're talking about a league with Jalen Ramsey in it, bro. With Jair Alexander in it, bro. These are top cornerbacks that I'm talking about, bro. We're talking about a league with Patrick Surtain in it. He's rating out higher than all these guys and PFF standings, bro. That guy is no slouch. Xavier Howard and all these guys that's out here, man. He's rating out above these dudes. The Bears, besides all that, it's not like the Bears got one of them waiting in the wings to take over his spot. So why not pay who you have. Keep that guy at home. And when the Bears lose, I guarantee you this, Cole, Optimus, it's not because of him. I bet you he's not the reason they're losing. I bet you he's not the reason they're getting burned over the top, and can't stop the pass 12 yards underneath the shell defense that we're running.
Yeah, you're running a prevent defense, leaving the field open.
So to me, at some point, the Bears got to pay somebody on the staff. You let Roquan Smith, you let him walk. You had Robert Quinn under contract, you let him walk. You traded away, gave away Khalil Mack. You let David Montgomery walk to Detroit. At some point,
let Bilal Nichols walk.
Pay somebody, bro. Right. At some point, you got to pay somebody. Who you going to pay? You don't keep paying rookies? You don't keep paying out-of-towners to come in? You still want 1-year contracts with Yannick Ngakoue forever? No, bro. At some point, you got to pay what you got, bro. You got to pay what you got. Pay that man, bro. Pay that man. It's not asking too much, I don't think. I don't think that man is trying to break the bank on the Chicago Bears. I think this man, his numbers is proving what his worth is. And if PFF is grading him out as the highest rated cornerback in the league, who would argue with that, bro? The numbers are speaking for themselves on Jalen Johnson. That's all I want to say about that, bro.
All right, A.L. Mills. Okay, he didn't come with the pass, but is he effective? I think he just talked about it. A.L. Mills. He just said it. He brought up the PFF. What else? Yeah. So going to our schedule, the next 6 games. Of course, we got the Vikings this Monday, and then we got the Lions again.
Winnable game. Both of those are winnable games, bro. As a matter of fact, in my mind, I shared with my nephews that the Bears, if they hit on all cylinders like they could, I shared with my nephews we could possibly win the next 6 games in a row, bro. They laughed me to scorn. We was about to be saying 2 and counting.
So based on these last 6 games, how many games do you think the Bears could win against the Vikings, the Lions, the Browns, the Cardinals, the Falcons, and the Packers? How many games do you think they can win?
The Browns are definitely going to be a problem. That defense is menacing, bro. It's menacing. And even with
Deshaun Watson, he's out.
Right, but even with all of our offensive line completely healthy and back finally, or minus Lucas Patrick at this point. But even with those guys back, there is no answer for Myles Garrett, bro. There's no answer for some of the beasts that they got on that defense, bro. That defense is going to be menacing, and the best thing that you can hope
they got some good safeties and good linebackers. And
they got the number 1 defense in the league, bro. They got good everything.
And their cornerbacks are dead. I mean, Denzel Ward, he's one of the best cornerbacks, like I said. Denzel Ward.
And a bone-crushing hitter, too, bro. A bone-crushing hitter, too. So the Browns game, I'm not going to say it's not winnable because their offense is very shaky outside of the running game. Without Deshaun Watson back there, that becomes a very shaky offense over there. But I will say this, that's going to be a tough hill to climb because we're not going to be able to score a lot on them. The thing you have to do with the Browns defense is ball security. That's going to be the most important thing. You get your opportunities, you take your opportunities, and Justin Fields can run out of there and get away from Myles Garrett, which it seems to be the only guy in the league who can run him down.
I think you can use the same game plan that you used against Detroit. I mean, do a lot of play action.
I don't think so, Cole. I don't think so. I think you got to adjust that game
plan.
Well, you have to understand the speed that the Browns have on the edge. They got edge rushers who are lightning fast and very strong at getting off on the corners. So Justin Fields neutralizing them with his legs, not going to be as big a factor as it was against Detroit. Detroit's got 1 true edge rusher. They've got Aiden Hutchinson, bro. He's 1 true edge rusher. On the other side, that dude's okay. He's been more the beneficiary of a really solid defense all the way around, bro. But he's not an Aiden Hutchinson. In Cleveland, you got Myles Garrett on one end, and Who is this they got on the other end? Is this Jadeveon Clowney? I believe it is.
I don't know.
I can't recall who they got on the other end, but their edge rushers are top flight, bro. These dudes are coming, and they're coming with ferocity, bro. So with Justin Fields, his running is going to have to be very deliberate. He's got to be very deliberate and very committed. Won't be none of that standing around in the pocket, dancing around, running away. Because if Myles Garrett gets his ball,
Zadarius Smith. Zadarius
Smith. Zadarius Smith, yeah. So those guys, they're top flight, bro. They're coming. They're coming. But that being said, it's a winnable game. It'll just be a close game. But we should be able to win that game, even if it's close. Because if our defense is capable of playing against their offense, like we just did against the Detroit Lions offense, which is one of the top offenses in the league, it shouldn't be any problem shutting down the Cleveland Browns offense. They're very one-dimensional right now. It's a lot of running that's going to go on in Cleveland this when we see them, bro. A lot of running going to be going on in Cleveland, bro. So
I get your point. But I think Justin Fields, I mean, if they mix up some RPOs, some play action, I think it can be effective against the Cleveland Browns. Mixing in some quick action play, like quick action passes, like quick play, like quick passes, a little bit of everything. I think we can beat the Cleveland Browns because, I mean, yeah, they got a good defense, and everything, but I think in some ways we can exploit that.
And don't get me wrong, Cope. I'm not saying that RPOs can't work, that the Bears can't make these things work against the Browns defense. I'm just saying that we have to be committed to whatever we're doing on that play. It can't be makeshift. A lot of this improvisation stuff
definitely can't be makeshift.
Justin is getting away with. He's not going to get away with that against Myles Garrett, bro. He's not getting away with that against Zadarius Smith and them over there, bro. They're coming, they're flying, they're reckless abandon, and they'll try to kill him out there, bro. They would try
especially
to kill
against Minnesota Vikings too. We got them like I said Monday.
Yeah,
they're very blitz happy. And so
and that's going to be a dog fight, but I think even with that game is a winnable game if we don't coach our way out of it at the end. Because we're great at doing that for some reason.
I agree, Optimus. They need to impose the run on Cleveland.
That's definitely the game plan of attack, but you still got to balance that, Optimus. You got to have some shots down the field. If you don't take any shots down the field, you're not going to be able to put Cleveland on their heels. But you got to back them up. You got to make them know that you'll take that shot down the field, and they got to know that Justin Fields is yet capable of hitting that shot. And I was watching the game last night, the Kansas City Chiefs versus the Philadelphia Eagles. Hell of a game. But one thing I looked at, and another thing that made me encouraged when I looked at my team, I looked at all of the drop wide open passes that the Kansas City Chiefs were having. Patrick Mahomes,
Marquez Valdez-Scantling made that critical drop.
He was horrible, bro.
Horrible drop.
Watson, the backup tight end, horrible,
Justin
bro.
Watson,
wide open in the field. Man, come on, bro. Y'all gotta make them catches. It's different if the catches aren't lined up.
And some of the play callings from Kansas City is questionable. I mean, Matt Nagy is the offensive coordinator.
Well, honestly, I don't think so, bro, because Patrick Mahomes is the best. He's the best. He's the best zone reading quarterback in the game to me, bro. That guy can pick a zone apart like nobody's business, bro. And if he doesn't have it figured out, he's got good enough offensive line and great enough legs where he can buy himself time until he sees his way to daylight, bro. They just got to catch the ball. I would say this, though, when I was watching all them drops in the game, here's the thing that gave me encouragement. All I kept thinking is if he had the Bears receiving core, we are not dropping those passes. You don't see the Bears receiving core with a lot of drop passes, bro. Now, it may get underthrown and overshot, but in terms of drop passes, it ain't too many of them going on in Chicago, bro. When that ball is near our receivers' hands, we come up with catches. We are making those catches, bro. It's very, very little that you see where the Bears are not making those catches. Yeah. But yeah, I think we can run RPOs against Cleveland, bro. I think we can. I honestly think we can. No problem. But
and then we got Green Bay. We still got to get Green Bay back, man.
yeah. I think at that point, bro, we should really be rolling. Green Bay is, I'm gonna say they figuring out a few things, but they're still ailing. There's a lot of injuries over there. They're kind of doing like what the Minnesota Vikings are doing right now. They're figuring out a way to win through the injuries. They're playing through it. So I give them credit for that. But I still think that we should be a formidable foe against them. And I know that we can take them down, bro. I know we can take them down. And game one of this season should have left a horrible taste in our mouth. We should want that leg back, bro. We should want that leg back. That team is 4-6, and all I hear is these crappy Packers fans running their mouth. Like you going to a Super Bowl somewhere. Hell, you can't get to 500. How we talking? And we're 4-6. Ain't talking you.
And then we got the Falcons and the Cardinals too. What do you think about those two matchups? And it's at home
Falcons
too.
And the Cardinals, very winnable games. We should dominate those games, bro. Both offensively and defensively.
Kyler Murray is back too.
That's cute.
Mm-hmm.
Did the last Call of Duty drop yet?
Oh, Modern Warfare 3 probably did, yeah.
Right. See, he tends to take the rest of the season off once Call of Duty drops, bro.
Yeah, it's that time of the season too, Black Friday too. So he's gonna get that.
Oh yeah, bro. Oh yeah, he's definitely getting it, bro. He already got it on back order, bro. He's not missing that.
Optimus says the Bears always play scared versus Garbage Bay. I don't know why.
That's coaching, Optimus. That's coaching. Bro. When coaching isn't right, coaching doesn't breed confidence. Coaching breeds confidence when it's right, bro.
I mean, look at last year, the last two games against the Green Bay Packers. I mean, we were up on them, and Luke Getsy, he wanted to play specifically last year against Green Bay at Soldier Field. I think we were up by 10 points. And then we were marching downfield, and then Luke Getsy, he was making these questionable play callings that kind of ended up in a field goal. And then Green Bay was able to capitalize on it and come back and beat us. I mean, yeah, like what you said, if you don't have the confidence in your players and in the play calling, you're not going to win games.
Exactly. All you got to do is glare your eyes west to Denver, Colorado, and look at what Coach Deion Sanders is doing with the Colorado Buffaloes over here in college, bro. What is the mantra that they have over there? I believe. That's the mantra. You got to put it in your players' minds that they believe that they can win. You got to get that chant in your minds. Old world football chant is in the world in soccer leagues. They say, I believe that we will win again. And they keep it going until it gets ingrained in them. You got to believe.
I believe that we will win. I believe that we will win. I believe that we will win.
And when you ingrain that as a coach in your players, they go in and they play with that kind of moxie. You know why the Bears played the way that they did Sunday? Because they believed that they were going to win that game against Detroit, bro. They believed it. And
hell, even Dan Campbell puts that. Dan Campbell, he's a good head coach. He put that in Detroit, and they all buy in.
Dan Campbell knows that this Bears team is not no joke, bro. He knows from a talent perspective what this team is. But he also knows that we got some dumb coaches over here who will figure out a way to lose rather than win, bro.
You want to run Khalil Herbert up the middle you want to stack the 8. You want to run him up the middle
right.
On
just keep on. Khalil Herbert. Yeah, he's a bruising back. That's what he is, bro. No, not. If you don't run anybody in the middle with Deontay Foreman ailing, you get a ball at Roshan Johnson. That dude runs hard, bro.
Bad personnel.
Right. And all you really needed on that drive was a couple of first downs, bro. That game's over.
Then you would have won the game.
But then, of course, with the mistake at the end, Darnell Wright finally not being able to contain Aiden Hutchinson and him forcing a fumble that ends up getting kicked out the back of the end zone by Darnell Wright for a safety. Of course,
That was
it's
the
Justin
icing on the
Fields'
cake.
fault again. Yeah.
Right. And Bears
Never
fans are
mind
blaming
everything that
Justin
man did
Fields.
for the.
Bears fans are blaming Justin Fields. Oh, he does this every game. He did that to
Mhm.
Denver. He did that with Detroit.
That's because they're dumb, bro. This is dumb. This is ignorant. Yeah, I said it. I won't mince words. I'm not biting my tongue on that. I'm not taking that back.
Fair weather Bears
This
fans.
is dumb. This is dumb. If you see this game, if you'd have watched the game like I watched it Sunday, if you'd have watched it in its entirety, what you would have seen was a beautiful game by the players on offense and defense. But I'm sure when I give credit to the players for playing a dominant performance, now I'm taking away from the coaches. I'm sure some kind of way somebody say that. I don't want to give the coaches no credit. I'm pretty sure that's coming next. I don't care. At this point, this is dead to me. It's a dead subject. It's not a matter if Matt Eberflus is gone, but a matter of when. At this point, got to get out of town, bro. He got to kick.
I think that this already put the conversation to rest. That it's not the players, it's the coaching, and we've been saying it over and over and over again. Me and you, Chuck.
Mm-hmm.
So
it's ridiculous, bro. It's ridiculous. And now that this baby is laid to rest, what the Bears need to focus on is figuring out how to win games in spite of the coach, not because of
building off the momentum.
Justin Fields needs to figure out how to work around the coach's decisions. When he thinks these are dumb decisions, nope, we're not going to go with that. I'm going to audible out of this. We're going with this. Defensively, Tremaine Edmonds and TJ Edwards, they're the captains of this defense. Jaquan Brisker, they got to emphasize tackling. They need to see what's happening and make the adjustment. Audible out of those stupid Matt Eberflus shell quarter defenses.
Mm-hmm.
And what's even more insulting with those shell defenses, okay, it's fine if you run it once, but when they're in a hurry up and they keep dropping back, keep rushing to the line,
throwing those intermediate routes,
you don't make any adjustments. Make an adjustment. Don't just keep staying in the same shell all the way down the field. Doesn't make any sense, bro. It doesn't make any sense. Even if you just keep the help over the top, first coach in NFL history to win the turnover battle and lose. Yeah. Wow, you're absolutely right, Optimus. Even if you just keep the coverage over the top, you can keep a three-man safety set up over the top and let your guys go in there and play man-to-man against the other receivers. It's not rocket science, bro. This can be done, man. Let's make it happen. Game's on the line. We're up 12. Why do we want to give them anything? Don't give them nothing.
With 4 minutes to go, 4 minutes ago, 4 minutes ago, and you still lose. Like you're a special type of bad. If you
yeah, that's horrible, bro.
You're a special type of bad, bro. This is like uncharted territory. Not even Josh McDaniels can do that. That's how bad this coaching is.
And then you want to be Mr. Positive in the press conference, where there was a lot of positive things that went on in the game.
And not take no responsibility.
Yeah. And, when Justin was really good, except for that last play of the game, okay, we're going to throw him under the bus right there. And then the defense was really good, except for those last two drives. We're going to throw them under the bus too. Yeah.
We just got to execute better.
That was really good. Yeah. So what we need to do, we just need to clean up a few things, and we'll get some wins. Dude, you've been cleaning up for the last 27 to 30 games. How long going to take you to clean up? Is it that much trash in your house, bro?
Yeah, I think
you know what I mean?
Is
that much garbage? It's ridiculous, bro. It's ridiculous.
All right. Any last thoughts before we end this live stream, man? Any thoughts? I
will say this to true Blue Bears fans who've been with this team through thick and thin. Keep your head up. This team is getting better. It is starting to show. And it's just a matter of time, y'all, before this team turns the corner. When they turn the corner, look out. It's going to be lights out for this team. Got to get rid of Eberflus first, though. He is the detriment to this team. And unfortunately, Luke Gessie is falling in that same category. I do think he's going to be a great offensive coordinator one day. It's just not today. It's just not today, bro. So yeah, keep your head up, Bears fans. Better days are coming. Better days are coming.
Exactly.
That's all I got.
Yes, indeed. Better days are coming. Better days are coming. And that's what a lot of great teams do. I mean, they start off losing and then they just kind of build from there, build off that momentum, start, stacking, making some progress, and being more competitive, and those competitiveness to turn into wins. And hopefully these next 6 weeks, when we are facing the Minnesota Vikings, the Detroit Lions, the Arizona Cardinals, the Cleveland Browns, hopefully we'll start to see some wins and build off of that momentum.
Absolutely.
But anyway, guys, I'd like to thank all my guests for coming. Optimus, Don Burr, Theophilus, all you guys for coming. And I think what's his name? T3P. Oh, I'm supposed to do a private chat. Hey, T3P, see if you could private chat me. I don't know if you could do it right now. I'm about to end this stream. I know you wanted to come in, but probably when we do our next live stream, make sure to private chat me. Your email and all that. But like I said, guys, thank y'all for coming. And as always, guys, Chicago up, Bear
down.
All right, guys.
We getting there.
That's why I'm trying to make a better way. Whole new crib in a better place. Get my people out the hood, we'll see better days. Tell a fan sorry, y'all let them wait. Shit up there.